Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is your buddy Jim here, and I have my wife with me, Elena. You could say hello if you'd like.
Hi.
Today is an exciting day, and it's a demo of firsts in many ways, because we're going to be doing this together because we bought this to use together specifically. This is the Electrovoice Evolve 30M all-in-one PA system. Now we're going to be getting into why we chose this, but the long and short of it is, we've been using the same little JBL one. It's been good to us, but how long?
5 years?
Yeah, it's time to upgrade. And there's a few reasons for that, but let's get this thing open. We'll see how hard it is to get it set up and get it going, and most importantly, we're gonna see how it sounds. In our white box, would you look at that? Carrying bag. Well, I like that about the pedal board too. Oh, and it
Backpack style.
doubles as a backpack. That's awesome. So for all of those guys, this is what's going to go in here, and then this guy has a handle on it. So the reason why I like this thing so much, obviously you have all these extra inputs, which is fantastic. And that's really cool if you do a bunch of little things. For example, you have one or two people on vocals. You can have a bass DI'd into this. You could have a guitar DI'd into this, which I find very interesting. Something like if you use the Strymon Iridium or a Quad Cortex or something like that, you can go right into one of these guys. This all can be adjusted on the fly, and even there's a thing on your phone that can do that, which is really cool too. But this is what I was really interested in, and this is what made the decision for us a little bit easier. This has mix outs, so I can use that in a multitude of ways. In the situation where we play the most right now, they want a live feed out via XLR into their own PA system. So the PA that we have right now doesn't have this to it, and it's been kind of a workaround trying to get things to work, and it's not been good. It's not been good. But something like this allows you to do that, or the other situation you can use it in is you can use this mix out left and right into an audio interface. It also has a high Z if you wanted to plug something in like a guitar, a bass, or an ukulele. Other than that, I mean, this says it has a foot switch. I'm not sure what that does. Other things I guess this thing has is Bluetooth capability, so if you wanted to stream music on it, like in between sets or something like that, if you're going to be going out and be playing live, that's a really cool tool. Another thing that you could use this for is backing tracks. So if you're somebody that's into that and you're playing with one person or you're playing with somebody else, you can really fill it out. But it's all going to be about how good the sound quality is, and that's what we're going to be figuring out today. But as a whole, the features of this, it was impossible to ignore it. All right, so when this thing is fully assembled, as you can see, this thing's kind of tall. Granted, I'm not the biggest guy in the whole world. I'm 5'8", but if I had to guess here, I would say 7 feet is your actual maximum height capacity here. So that's something to keep in mind if you were using it, in specific areas where it might not be smaller. But if you were playing a gig and the ceiling was under 7 feet, I think you have bigger problems than worrying about using this thing and making sure this is going to work. But just so you're aware, it's a little bit taller than I had anticipated, but it makes sense in terms of the design goes and being able to hit a wide kind of range of audience. So I'm going to plug this thing in. We're going to try and demo this thing out and see how it sounds.
Wise men say only fools rush
All right, so overall here, I would say, without plugging this thing in direct into the mixer, when you're playing guitar, you could absolutely get away with this, provided you are either playing with an acoustic instrument or you are doing something that does not require gain right through this thing. I don't think you're going to have any problems with anything like that. It's really easy to use. The touchscreen on it by itself is fine. You don't even need to use the phone app, although I'm sure it's even easier, and Vanna White over here is just doing her thing. But, I mean, overall, this thing's not really heavy either. It comes apart pretty easy. If you're somebody that is in a similar situation to us, like, I'm already really, really happy with this, and it's going to make practicing really easy. And the cool thing on top of this being something that we can use to go out and play with, this can live in the main living room, and we can use it as a Bluetooth kind of music playing device and piss everybody off with our good taste in music while they play their reggaeton and whatever other garbage that I hear a lot of in this neighborhood a lot of the time. No offense, everyone likes different kind of stuff. I just don't like hearing it. So now we can win that fight. What do you think?
One of the things that I think is really good about this that we had to deal with in the past is our setup was our old PA that we've been using for 5 years. It was 3 different pieces, the 2 speakers, and then the middle console box with all of the controls. I don't know the technical terms to these things, so deal with me, but sorry. but we had these 3 pieces, and we had to have 3 different wires, the 2 wires connecting the speakers to the control box, and then the actual power supply. And this makes it a lot easier because all you literally need is just to plug this in, as far as just to power it. You don't have to plug in anything extra to make the speakers work themselves, which is really nice. And the fact that it takes up such a little amount of space, maybe 2 by 2.5 feet, 2 by 3 feet. It's not very big. So I think that actually is very important when you're looking to save not only space, but less wires to worry about. It's the same amount of pieces, actually more pieces than our old one, but the way that it's set up, it seems like less pieces. And the fact that it has a nice carrying bag for it too, I'm very excited for that.
You don't need stands for the monitors. That's another thing.
Yeah.
When you buy a PA system like the JBL that we had, you still needed to buy the stands. You still needed to carry the stands. So even though this seems like it might be more, the fact that it does come with the bag to throw all 3 in, and this is just it. It's done. Mm-hmm. You don't have to buy anything else with something like this. And I don't know. This somehow turned into a sales pitch. It's not. We bought this totally on our own because we needed to upgrade this.
Yeah, we paid full price for this.
Yeah,
mind you.
we did not pay full price for this. Don't lie to the people.
Well, I mean, it was on sale, but
we got a sale, but
yeah.
we didn't pay. I think these things are normally $12.99. We did not pay $12.99 for it. But this wasn't sponsored or anything like that. It's one of those things where I just say I have to disclose all this stuff because people need to know this. This wasn't supplied to me, but we did get a discount on it. But I was gonna buy it anyways. So this thing is great. The one thing that's gonna be tough to tell for you guys here is trying to gauge how it sounds, because right now we're using that little condenser microphone. You can't see it. It's in front of the DSLR. That is how you're gonna hear the audio. So I'm not sure if that's going to translate. This might sound like shit, quite frankly, but because of the microphone in here. But what I will say is, in the room, it sounds really good. We're not even like a quarter of the way up with the gain. Mm-hmm. This will easily.
And it sounds very big.
This will easily fill up. I mean, that's one thing I was worried about, was kind of losing a little bit of low end. But when I was on the neck pickup, I felt like there was too much low end. Mm-hmm. So it would be something where I could dial in. But another thing, if you're a guitar player, this got a compressor built into it as well, and EQ that you can mess with on the fly. So if you were wanting to use something like this and you didn't have an onboard thing, you can do it. But before I ramble your ears off too much, this was something different. This was something new. We got our little wireless Rode set up here. So this was a nice way to use this for the first time, because this would be a pain in the ass, quite frankly, with microphones all over the place talking into them. So this allows us to showcase this off and make it a little bit easier on us, and visually slightly better for you guys. Yes. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you were somebody who's actually going out and playing, because remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many guitars you have, what the quality of the guitar is, or how good of a guitar you are. If you're not getting off your ass and going out and playing live, there is no point to any of this, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So, again, click the link down below if you're interested in learning more about music theory from signals. Can't recommend that enough, and I am going to continue harping on you guys, especially you guys who are asking for ways to improve. That is the #1 way you can do so. So, that's all I have. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Maybe she'll pop in for another guitar-related video. Take care.